Hello, and welcome to the Plays the Thing. My name's Matt, and after a small delay because my face camera wasn't working, and it was driving me insane, and I shouted, so I've lost my voice. We are playing the second boss in the mini campaign for ASTRO. And so this is spoilers if you're going to play Astronauts Eternity. This is the second boss, which is hidden away in a packet in the box. So yeah, if you want to play it and not be spoilt, then don't watch this. But otherwise, watch this. So let's go down to the table. And the boss is called Volt Fusion. And Volt Fusion is an interesting boss because it only has 10 health, but you cannot attack Volt Fusion directly. They have cards which are basically, what do they call them? The Voltlings. And there are 2 Voltlings in each of our supply decks, one in the first 5 cards and the other one further down. And when one of them is revealed, and we can reveal cards in the supply deck either by buying cards as normal, or by, instead of sending our attack to Volt Fusion, we send our attack to the supply, and any attack on any card destroys it. Then that card, that minion, Voltling, comes out into play, and then we have to defeat that Voltling, and yeah, so that's how we do it. I've really scrambled my voice because I got angry. So, there are 12 Voltlings, so 2 in each of the 6 decks. But we only need to get 10 because obviously Volt Fusion has 10 life. We also have a new homeworld, which is the Galactic Bazaar, which has 26 life. And we can activate it when it's at full strength at 2 on any player's main phase. Any player gains a card from the supply that costs 5 fuel or less and places it into their hand. So that's another way of getting cards from the supply into our deck and revealing Voltlings. There is also a deck of cards for Volt Fusion, which we will draw as normal every turn. But because we're a 2-player game, there's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in the discard pile. So we will go to level 2 very quickly. There are 3 levels for Volt Fusion. At the end of the 3rd level, we lose. Also, we have special cards which are inventions, and I've picked 2 cards for each of our 2 Astronauts. And so Zach has a Molten Cure which gives 2 fuel, and that costs 3. And we have a new character, Rex and Shield Bow, and they have a Terror Key, which is 2 as well. And this powers up the homeworld, and you may destroy a card in your hand, which is always useful, destroying cards. Also, the new power that comes with Rex and Shield Bow is that, his power is activate during a main phase. Shield Bow gains 4 health. Now, Shield Bow is all on his own, a character, and he has 4 life to start with. When a player would suffer damage, if Shield Bow has at least that much damage, Shield Bow suffers the damage instead. So he's going to take some damage for us. And then when we activate our power, we give 4 health back to Shieldbow, and he can have as much health as possible, so we could keep powering him up. Also, Rex has a card in his starting hand, which is an attack. Deal 1 damage. Shieldbow may suffer 1 damage. If it does, increase this weapon's damage by 1. Which at the moment doesn't really matter. Well, it might matter when the Vaultlings come out. So that's it. So basically everything else is the same. We've got Zach, who's the same, who has his scope tokens for his special power. So yeah, I think we should just start. So as usual, we have our turn order deck, although I've got some nice Dragon Shield things for my turn order, so I don't mess them up too much. And let's start. So it is the boss turn. So they have no cards out, so Volt Fusion will just put out a card, and it's a minion who has 4 health. A Matter Eater. And their activation is the homeworld suffers 1 damage. And when they are defeated, the card is destroyed, so it goes out of play. So that's the end of the boss's turn. Next card, and it is player 2, which is Rex. So Rex has 4 fuel. And I think I will buy one of these Quasar cells. We might as well start here. So that goes into our discard for 2, and I will power up my special power for another 2, and then I will put my Glacial Ray into play. So those goes out. So we reveal the next card. So this might be a minion, but it's not. It's a Starburst. So Rex draws up to 5. He has 5 cards in his deck. And so that's the end of Rex's first go. And Rex is going again. So attack, deal 1 damage. So Shieldbow may suffer 1 damage. If it does, increase this weapon's damage by 1. I think we will do that. So Shieldbow will suffer 1 damage. And we can do 2 damage with the Glacial Ray. So we'll attack that minion for 2. And that goes out. And then we just have 1 blaster. So we will put that in to attack next turn. And we have 4 power cores again. And I think at this stage, I'm just thinking attack maybe at this point. We might leave that to Zach and buy this other, this next fuel card, which is Starburst, gain 2. You may destroy this card to gain 3 instead. And we'll spend 2 of those with that. And so we have 2 left. So let's power up again. And there you go in the discard. So we draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I must remember I can buy this card as well, but I want to get through these supply decks. So that's Rex and Shieldbow's next set of cards. And we go to the next. And it's a bit damaged, that one. Anyway. So we go to Zach. Zach's first turn. Zach has 1 blaster. And we can use his micropulsar, gain 1 fuel if you have 1 power or less power up. So he does. And we have 4 fuel to spend. I think we will buy this ASTRO mag pistol. And we have 2 left to spend, so we will power up again. Draw up to 5. And so this is going to be... Ooh, these cards keep zooming around. It's going to be Zach or the boss. And it's Zach to go next, so we can deal 1 damage. Oops. So who will we deal 1 damage to? We could destroy one of these cards. I think I'm going to attack this Dawn Herald to destroy it, so it goes out of the game. And we will put our other blaster, and so we have 4 fuel to spend. And yeah, I think we're going to buy... We did, let me just see, we did... No, we haven't bought any fuel at all. Now we're going to buy this double shot. So deal 2 damage, then deal 2 damage to a minion. That's for 4. Still no Voltlings. Stop moving around cards. And we've spent our 4. So Zach draws up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we know it's going to be the boss. So the Matter Eater activates. They hit the homeworld for 1. And then we draw this next card. The homeworld suffers 3 damage. Destroy the top card of each supply deck in the top row. Wow. 3 damage, down to 22, and these 3 get destroyed. And we reveal these. Oh, there's a Watt Roach. So the Watt Roach has 3 life. And when it's defeated, Volt Fusion suffers a damage. When it activates, the homeworld suffers 2 damage or any player loses a slot. Okie dokie. Yep, so we've done everything there. So Volt Fusion is going to go through our cards as well. So maybe I should start... I mean, yeah, I should probably start attacking these. They're obviously attacking the home world, which is worrying because I don't think I've got anything to help the home world right now, but... And they're not attacking me with my lovely shield bow who can take damage. Right, so next, it's the boss. The homeworld suffers 1 damage. And the homeworld suffers 2 damage or any player loses a slot. Well, we'll let the homeworld take the damage for now. And then we shuffle these cards. So we're going to level 2. So level 2 is minions in play gain 3 health. Crikey. So Matter Eater goes up to 5. And Watt Roach goes up to 6. And we draw a card. And it's a Blast Bot. So this Blast Bot has 4. And it has two activations: activate a vaulting in play, or destroy the top card of each supply deck in the top row. If Vault Fusion is level 3, do both. Okay, so that's the end of Vault Fusion's turn, and now he's got a lot of minions with a lot of health out. So, player 2, I can do 1 damage, so I will do that to the blast bot, I think. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fuel. So I think I will now buy this HOV artillery. Deal 1 damage, return a card from your discard pile to your hand. When we bolster, an attack is 5 damage, which would be useful. So we'll do that. Let's see what's underneath. Another weapon. So we have used all these cards. And Rex draws up to 5. And next is Zach. So Zach can deal 1 damage as well. So we'll deal 1 damage to them. And we have 5 cards. 1 weapon. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 to spend. So I think we will power up our special power twice and discard those, and now we can activate our special power. So we will do that. Goes back down to 0, and we will put a scope on ourselves. So now we do +1 damage with our first attack. And we draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And next turn, it's Zach again. So Zach, attack, deal 2 damage, but it will be 3 damage. If you have fewer than 5 cards in your hand, increase that damage. We don't. We have 5 cards. So it's 3 damage. I think because we know there's going to be another boss very soon, I'm going to just get rid of this blaster bot. And then, well, I've got 3 fuel and 2 weapons, so I need to spend 3 to get 2 slots. And then I will put these 2 out. Those go into discards. We draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the end of Zach's turn. And it is Rex's go. So Rex has Glacial Ray. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to spend. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy this Terra Key, which is 2. So the homeworld powers up. You may destroy a card in hand, because that could be quite useful coming up. I'm going to buy that for 2, and then I've got 3 left to spend. I'm going to increase my slots to 2. And we draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and I've just drawn 2 weapons, so I'm glad I've got 2 slots. And this is going to be the boss. So the boss, these activate, deal 1 damage to the homeworld. The homeworld suffers 2 damage, or a player loses a slot. No, we'll do it to the homeworld. It's already down to 16. And then we draw a card, and it's a strike. The homeworld suffers 3 damage. Destroy the top card of each supply deck in the top row. Gosh, they're really going for the top row. The homeworld is down to 13. And we're destroying these cards. Okay, so no more Voltlings. And we will shuffle the deck. This homeworld is really getting battered, so unfortunately I don't have anything to power up the home, to give life to the homeworld, I don't think. So it's Rex going next. Rex has a Glacial Ray. Deal 1 damage, Shield Bow may suffer 1 damage. If it does, increases weapons power. Yeah, so Shield Bow is going to suffer 1 damage. So we can do 2 damage, and we will attack the What Roach, I think. And we have 2 weapons. And 1, 2, 3, 4 to spend. So we've got 1 minion Voltling out just from this supply deck. Nothing from this one yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 2 to power up, and I'm going to use that. Activate during your main phase. Shield Bow gains 4 health. So Shield Bow is going to 6 health. And then I'm going to buy this. And I think this might now be the minion. Yes, it is. So, make room for the minion. So let me just put these away. Now, I did something a little bit wrong, but I'm not going to change it. That minion should have had 3 extra health because minions enter with 3 extra health. So that's my fault. So I made that a bit easier for myself. So this Voltling also attacks the homeworld. The homeworld suffers 1 damage. Any player discards a card. Wow. So we draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've not played this boss before. So this is my first time. So obviously they're attacking the homeworld. So I might need to rethink my strategy. But you know. Okay, so Zach is going. So Zach has +1 damage on first attack, and his double shot says deal 2 damage, then deal 2 damage to a minion. Now that means that I can deal 3 damage and then deal another 3 damage. So I am going to do that. I'm going to deal 3 damage here, and I'm going to deal 3 damage to this one. And then that's done, and then I can deal 1 damage, so I will kill this Voltling. So when it's defeated, Volt Fusion suffers 1 damage. So we have down to 9. So that's been used, and we have 1 blaster, and we have the micropulsar, so gain 1 fuel if you have 1 power or less power up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 to spend. Deal 3. I feel like I need to buy weapons. And this RB7 launcher is for attack, deal 3 damage, gain 1 fuel. You may destroy the top card of any supply deck. That's pretty good. So I'm going to get that. And no Voltling. Oh, stop spinning round cards. There we go. So I spent those. They're not really attacking us at all at the moment. Maybe they will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's the boss turn. So the home mod suffers 1 damage. Down to 12. The home mod suffers 1 damage. Any player discards a card. Zach could definitely discard a card. No, I think Rex will discard a card. So those 2 cards, minions, have happened, and we have a strike. Destroy the top card of each supply deck in the bottom row. Activate a vaulting in play. Destroy this. So we'll just put that there. Destroy each card in the bottom row. Nope, no vaultlings. Activate a vaulting in play. So this Vibrascuttle, the home mod suffers 1 damage. Any player discards a card. So let's get Zach to discard a card. And then we destroy that card. So where did I put that other card? Oh, we haven't defeated it, that's why. So that goes out of play. That's the end of Vault Fusion's turn. And it's Rex's go. So we can deal 5 damage. So we will deal 5 damage to this Matter Eater. And that card gets destroyed. And then we can deal 1 damage. So we will deal 1 damage to this Vibrascuttle. And, here we go. We have our Terror Key. The home world powers up. At last. And you may destroy a card in hand. Well, sure, I will destroy a Power Core. And I will also destroy this card. So that gives me 3, 4 to spend. I don't feel like we're going to get attacked very much. Who knows? There might be things, other Vibrascuttles that will do that, or cards in the deck. I'm going to get another weapon. So this is deal 2 damage. Any ally may discard a card. If they do, increase that damage by 2. Oh, and we have another Vaultling. So this Vaultling has 5 health. And, yes, so the player with the most slots suffers 2 damage. So that's good. I mean, it's not good, but... yes, so that is the end. 1, 2, 3 of their turn. 4, 5. And it's the boss. So the home mod suffers 1 damage. The home mod is down to 9 health. Any player discards a card. Well, I think we can discard a card. And the player with the most slots suffers 2 damage. So it could be either of them, but Shieldbow has enough health, so Shieldbow will take that damage. So they're down to 4 health. And then we draw a card, and it's a minion who has 7 health. Any player and the homeworld each suffer 1 damage. Okay, and who's the last player? Yes, Zach. So Zach does 2 damage, so we will destroy that Vibrascuttle. And that knocks another life off Volt Fusion. And we'll play our Astro Mag Pistol. And we have 3 to spend. We still have... Oh, do you know what? Another weapon would be good. Yeah, I'm gonna buy this for 2. And it is another minion Voltling who has 6 health. And we've used those cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 3 weapons there. So let's shuffle the turn order cards. This is attacking the home world as well. So we need to take these 2 out, really. Okay. Whew, and it's the boss. So, the player with the most slots suffers 2 damage, so Shield Bearer will take that damage. Any player and the home world each suffer 1 damage. So, home world goes down to 8, and Shield Bow loses another health. The home world suffers 2 damage, down to 6, and we draw another card. And it's a strike. Destroy the top card of each supply deck in the top or bottom row. If Volt Fusion is level 3, do both. Well, we have 2 out from this deck. And we have 1 out from here and 1 out from here. So I think if we go down here, we're less likely to bring out lots of them. So let's do that. Yeah, so no other minions. And that's the end of the boss's turn. And it's Rex. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can destroy this card to get 5. So I will do that. I'll put it over here. So we've got 5 to spend. I think I will get this one. And I will power up for 1 as well. Okay, who's next? It's Zach. So we do 2 damage. So it's these 2 we're attacking. So let's go here. 2 damage to Electrosting. And we have 3 weapons. But we will put these 2 into play. And we have 2 to spend, but if we have 1 power less, we power up. And we'll spend the 2 to power up again. And I think we will discard this blaster. But I will put it there. So it's with another weapon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see. Rex and shield bow deal 1 damage. Shield bow may suffer 1 damage if it does increase the weapon's damage. So, yeah. So we'll do 2 damage to this Electro-Sting. Oh dear. I'm a bit worried about the home world. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to spend. And I think we will spend 4 on our power and use it to put 4 back. 1, 2, 3 on to shield bow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw up to 5. And it's going to be the boss or Zach. That's good. Okay, so we'll add our +1. Deal 4 damage. So we will deal 4 damage to chill break. And then we gain 1 fuel. You may destroy the top card of any supply deck. No, I'm not going to do that. And then this one we can deal 2 damage, then deal 2 damage to a minion. So I'm going to deal 2 damage to Electro-Sting, who, excuse me, dies, and we do 1 damage to Volt Fusion. And then I will do 2 damage to a minion, so I'll do 2 damage to them. And we have 2 weapons, and 1, 2, 3 to spend. And I think I'm going to give myself another slot for weapons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's going to be the boss. So, the player with the most slots suffers 2 damage. So that will just go to shield bow. Good old shield bow. And any player and the homeworlds each suffer 1 damage. So shield bow will. And the homeworld's down to 5. We draw a card. The player with the most power suffers 2 damage. So Zach has the most power, so he has to take the 2 damage because shield bow only has 1 left. And then destroy the top card of each supply deck in the bottom row. So that's the last card there. And we have a shock wasp. And that has 6 health. Yep, so that's the end of the boss's turn. Kind of got to... If I don't win this, got to find a way to protect the home world. Definitely. I think one of the characters, one of the Astro Knights, can protect the home world. We'll see. Boss turn again. The player with the most slots suffers 2 damage. So that is a Zach again. So Zach is down to 6. Any player and the home world each suffer 1 damage. So Shilbo can take that damage because he had 1 life left. Any player or the home world suffer 2 damage. So let's say Rex suffers 2 damage. we draw a card, and it is another minion. It's a gold sniffer who has 7 health. And when he activates, the player with the most expensive card in hand discards 2 cards and suffers 1 damage. Okay. And next, 3 boss turns in a row. Okay. The player with the most slots suffers 2 damage, so that is Zach again. 1, 2. Any player and the homeworld each suffer 1 damage. So homeworld down to 3, Rex down to 5. Any player or the homeworld suffers 2 damage. Crikey. Rex down to 3. The player with the most expensive card in hand discards 2 cards and suffers damage. So Rex has a 3 in hand. So it's Rex, discards 2 cards and suffers 1 damage. Crikey. I'm going to discard that Terror Key because I don't want to power up the homeworld particularly at the moment. And then we have another card, and it's Strike. Any player suffers 2 damage. If there is 1 Vaultling or less in play, destroy the top card of each of the bottom deck. No. So Rex is going to take 2 damage. All of a sudden, they're like being wiped out. Right, so at least we know the boss won't be going for a while. So, Rex's turn. Deal 1 damage, deal 5 damage. Right, so I'm going to destroy that Amp Eater. So Vault Fusion goes down to 6. And I have 2 weapons, and you may destroy this card to get 3 and then gain. So I've got 4 fuel. So I'll destroy that card. 4 fuel, and I will power up twice because I want to power up Shield Bow. And then I draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. And then it's Rex again. So I can deal 1 damage, so I will, and destroy that minion. And then I can deal 2 damage. An ally may discard a card. If they do, increase that damage by 2. Sure. Rex can discard a power core, so it's 4 damage. Now, which one do I want to attack? The player with the most expensive card in hand suffers 1 damage. Any player or the home will suffer. Yeah, I want to attack this. So 4 attack on Shock Wasp. Yeah, so that's done. And then we have 2 weapons. And we have 1, 2, 3 to spend. And I'm going to power up my power and use it. So Shield Bow gets 4. And I draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Zach is next. So Zach gets +1. So I'm going to use a +1 on this blaster to do 2 damage to kill that Shock Wasp. So Vault Fusion is down to 5. And then deal 2 damage if you have fewer than 5 cards. Increase that damage by 1, and I do. So it's 3 damage, which I will do to the Gold Sniffer, who's down to 4. And then I have 2 weapons, and I have 2 power. So I'm going to power up and use that power. And I will put another scope, but I'll put it on Rexpo this time. So they both have +1 on their first attack, and it is Zach. So, oh, I haven't drawn my 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can deal 3 damage with this, and 1 damage with that blaster. So I destroy that gold sniffer as well. And then I have 2 weapons and 1, 2, 3. If you have 1 power less, power up. So I will. I have 3 to spend. Well, I don't really want any more fuel. That's the only one I can buy. So I will power up again. Draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's hope we don't get 2 boss turns in a row. Okay, let's see. It's Zach. So I can't attack anyone. So I will use my RB7 launcher to deal 3 damage, and I will damage this, destroy that. And then I will, you may destroy the top card of any supply deck, so I will destroy that as well. And it's the Circuipede, who has 6 health. And then I will deal 2 damage to the Circuipede. And then deal 2 damage to a minion, so I can deal 2 damage to it as well. Oh, I should reveal this. And then we continue Zach's turn. So I've got 2 cards here, and 1, 2, 3 to spend. And I think I will just power up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's Zach's turn again. So I'll deal 1 damage with my blaster, but with a +1 means that we destroy the Circuipede. Volt Fusion's down to 4, and then I can attack 2. So now we can check these. So we've got both of the ones out of this. We've only got 1 out of here. We have none out of this deck, so I think I will knock 1 out of here. Okay, and we have 2 weapons, And 1, 2, 3 to spend. What's this card? You may destroy a card in your hand or discard pile. An ally may destroy a card. If they do, the home world powers up. Sure. We can, with these cards, we can just take it and put it to the bottom. So let me just do it first. You may destroy a card in your hand. So I will destroy a field in my hand. An ally may destroy a card. If they do, the home world powers up. Yeah, so we'll destroy a power core as well. And the home world powers up. So this card gets discarded to the bottom of the deck. And we get another card, Nano Repairs. So that's done. Yes, that is all done. So we draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bot's turn. So there are no cards out. So we are shuffling the deck, which means we go to level 3. Level 3 is minions in play get 3 health. Destroy the top card of each supply deck. And minions enter with +6 health. So we will destroy the top card of each supply deck. It's fun, this one. No more cards in that deck. Oop, there it goes. So we have another Voltling. And this Voltling will have 8 health. This is Electric. The player with the most expensive card in hand suffers 2 damage. We have a minion coming out who has 10 health. This is Gold Sniffer's back. Wants to sniff some more gold. Okay, and that's the end of Volt Fusion's turn. Oh, no it's not. Volt Fusion goes again. The player with the most expensive card in hand suffers 2 damage, but Shield Bow will take the damage. The player with the most expensive card in hand suffers discards 2 cards and suffers 1 damage. Shield Bow will take that damage. The player with the most expensive card in hand. Well, that is Zach. Discards 2 cards and suffers 1 damage. Okay. So, yeah. That's not good. So Rex and Shieldbow are going next. I need to kill this Electric first. So attack, deal 2 damage. An ally may discard a card. If they do, increase that damage by 2. Rex will, and it's 2 damage. An ally may but 3 damage with the scope, and then the extra 2, so that's 5 damage. So 5 damage to Electric, and then deal 1 damage. Shieldbow may suffer 1 damage, increases weapon's damage by 1. Yeah, I will do, because Shieldbow's only got 1 left. So that's 2 damage to Electric. Hoping that we... before we play these cards, we're going to use the Galactic Bazaar power. Any player gains a card from the supply that costs 5 fuel or less and places it into their hand. So we will take this Anti-Grav Tactics, put it in our hand, and we've revealed another minion. And they will have 8 health. And then we will use our Terror Key, which is the homeworld powers up. You may destroy a card in your hand. So we will destroy another power core. We can play that anti-grav tactics. Equip, you may destroy a card in your discard pile. So we will destroy another power core. No, actually, maybe we will destroy a weapon, a blaster. And then we have 2, 3, 4, 3 fuel to spend, but we will power ourselves up. And we will put those cards like that and draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what's next? Ah, Rex is going again. Deal 3 damage, an ally draws a card. I'm going to get rid of this, even though it's got 1 health left. Volt Fusion is down to 3. Any ally draws a card. And we will put these 2 weapons out, and we have 1, 2, 3 fuel. I'm going to power up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be close. Volt Fusion has stopped attacking the homeworld, but this one actually attacks the homeworld for 2. And Zach only has 1 life left. If Zach goes down to 0, we destroy the top card of each supply deck. And Zach can keep playing any health then dealt to Zach would be doubled and applied to the homeworld, so that would be game over. So we're pretty close to losing this, I think, because we've still got to kill 3 Voltlings to beat Volt Fusion. And it's the boss turn. The player with the most expensive card in hand discards 2 cards and suffers 1 damage. Who knew? Well, Rex has a 3 and Zach has a 4. So he's got to discard 2 cards. 1, 2, and he suffers 1 damage, so he dies. Well, he's knocked out. Destroy the top card of each supply deck. And another Voltling comes out. And another Voltling comes out. So these 2 have 9 health each. And we draw a card from the deck. Destroy the top card of each supply deck in the top or bottom row. If Fusion is at level 3, do both. And he is. So we will. Oh, and another one comes out. And another one comes out. Wow. So everyone's out. Running out of tokens. So that is the end of their turn. Right? Yeah. If this is a boss card now, we are so toast. It's unbelievable. Okay, Rex. Ooh, I mean, we're in trouble. We can deal 5 damage. So let's deal 5 damage to Beta Fly. 6 damage, actually. And deal 2 damage. An ally may discard a card if they do. Well, I don't want to. I just deal 2 damage to them. Now I have 2 weapons and 3 fuel. So I will power up and use that power to put 4 life on Shield Bow. And we'll draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And who's next? Zach is next. So we can deal 3 damage because we have less than 5 cards in our hand. It's 3, 4 with our extra 1. So we will do 4 damage to Dynamite. And then we will deal 1 damage to Beta Fly. So Volt Fusion is down to 2. And then we have 1 card to play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, who's next? Let's see. We have we have these left. Right, it's Shield Bow and Rex. So we can do 5 damage with this because if Zach discards a card, we add 2. So Zach will discard a card. He'll discard a power core. So that is 5 damage with that. So we can destroy Dynamite. So Volt Fusion is down to 1. We need to kill 1 more. Glacial Ray, deal 1 damage. Shield Bow may suffer 1 damage. If it does, increase its weapon's damage by 1. I think I've got to, really. So that's 2 damage, but who do we want to take out? Homeworld suffers 2 damage. Any player powers down. Homeworld suffers 1 damage. Any player suffers 1 damage. I think let's do it to Dual Jumper. So they're down to 6. And we have 1 card. The Homeworld powers up. You may destroy a card in hand. Homeworld is not very useful now. So I'm actually going to destroy this card, which powers up the Homeworld, because it's pretty useless. We have 3 power. So we'll power up 1 for Shield Bow. 5. What will this be? And it's the boss. So I think this is it, guys. I think we've just failed. The active player with the most expensive card in hand discards 2 cards and suffers 1 damage. So Zach has 2. And Rex has a 6. So discards 2 cards in hand. So 2 power cores. And suffers 1 damage. So they're down to 1 health. Okay. The homeworld suffers 2 damage. Any player powers down. Homeworld is down to 1. Any player powers down. Well, let's power down Zach. The homeworld suffers 1 damage. That's it. Homeworld is down to 0. Oh! We were so close. So close, actually. I thought we weren't that close. We were 6 damage away. I didn't realise how quickly it was going to go through those cards. So, you know, it's difficult because you've got to balance getting the Voltlings out, but not getting them out too quickly because then they overpower you. And also the homeworld was really hard hit. There is one of these. I think no, there isn't. Don't actually heal the homeworld. There are cards that do, though, somewhere. Maybe it's one of their cards. I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, we were pretty close. Pretty close. Close but no cigar. So there you go. That is a playthrough of the second boss in the mini campaign, Vault Fusion, and we were pretty close. I think, you know, a couple more turns. Sometimes with this deck, it's if the boss has like 3 goes in one row, which happened in this playthrough, then they just batter you down and can get so many minions out, and it can be really hard. But that's just how the game is. I like this system, and I like the deck building. But you know, it's interesting with this new character Rex, because this shield bow is taking a lot of damage for us. So I'm wondering if I should try another ASTRO Knight. I will have a think about it. But there you go. Whether I will play this one again, I don't know. I might just move on. Might play it again for myself and move on to the next boss. But that was the boss Vault Fusion. A playthrough, an almost successful six away from defeating it. Yeah, okay, thanks so much for watching. If you're watching this, please subscribe. It would really help me. Like the video, put a comment down, tell me how I should have played. And I will see you in the next video. Okay, guys. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.